are you? Where are you from? By the way, I'm Tatev. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Celsi, and today we are joining with Clara, an amazing email marketing specialist who's been working with Fortune 500 companies for more than 15 years. And today we'll be covering a very great topic, 7 reasons to start your email marketing. Hi, Clara. I'm very
Hi, how are
excited
you?
to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. These are questions we're getting from our users. Yes, the session already started. Can't you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. This is great. We'll be waiting for more people to join. So whenever we start, we have a lot of audience coming. And today we'll be covering topic on why email marketing is a good strategy for your business if you haven't given it a try yet. So Clara, shall we start? Are you ready?
Yeah,
Perfect.
that sounds good.
Okay, so what we'll be covering during this webinar, and what can you learn from here and from this session? Why email marketing is the secret weapon for your small business success, and why the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make when it comes to their email marketing. What are the biggest mistakes? And finally, we'll give you specific tips and reasons why you should get started on your email marketing and sending emails. This class is for you if you are a service provider, coach, or consultant. So you've been in the business for more than 2 years. You already know how the business works, what channels are working for you and where not. But you haven't started using email marketing at its fullest, or haven't used it at all. And you are curious about email marketing and you don't know how to use this channel and how to start with. Okay, we can continue to the next slide. And of course, if you're running a successful online membership program, for example, or email or course or e-commerce business, because like you have already started running email marketing activities, but you are not seeing great results, what was going wrong? And you don't have an email marketing strategy and you are just winging it, trying everything and hoping for the best. So if you haven't found that key to successful email marketing, then this webinar is for you. Perfect. And again, it doesn't matter if you have never sent an email to your audience before, because here we'll be helping you to understand how to start, what are the best strategies, and why they'll be working for you. I'll be giving the floor to Clara. Clara, please, and we'll be hearing all your secrets that you'll be using for the last 15 years.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. So if we haven't met yet, I'm Clara Toombs, and I help small business owners to 10x their email marketing. So just a bit of background about me. I've held some senior leadership positions for huge brands like the Expedia Group, a couple of UK brands. For those of you based in the UK will know Monsoon, Rise, and Money Supermarket. And in those businesses, I defined strategies that generated millions of dollars through email marketing for the last 10 plus years. I'm a book contributor on established marketing books on the subject of email marketing. I'm a keynote speaker to audiences of between 30 and 3,000 up, all about email marketing. I'm an accredited coach, and I'm super passionate about working with purpose-led businesses. So we're going to start with a quick poll, and I'm going to have to rely on you, Tatev, to tell me the answers here, but I'd love to know from you all in the audience, who is currently sending email marketing campaigns to their customers? If you could type in the chat, yes or no, I'd love to know, let's get a sense of the audience here. So Who currently sends email marketing campaigns to their customers? You could put your answers in the chat. That would be wonderful.
I guess I'll be the first one telling that I'm sending them.
You are? Okay, fantastic.
Of course. Okay, oh yes, we have a lot of users. Yes, not yet. Okay, great. So, not yet. You are just about to start and learn all the secrets from us. Not yet.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's a real mix of some you haven't started just yet, and hopefully I can persuade you to be open-minded with email marketing today. So for those of you who aren't yet using email marketing, I'd love to know what's stopping you. So is it lack of time? Is it lack of know-how? Is it prioritizing social media or Facebook ads? Is it all of the above, or is it none of the above? So for those of you who don't yet use email marketing, what's stopping you? Is it A, lack of time, B, lack of know-how, C, prioritizing social media, D, all of the above, or E, none of the above? I'd love to know your thoughts. So if you could put your answers into the chat. So for those of you who don't use email marketing, what's stopping you? A, B, C, D, or E?
I'll just make a quick guess here. Probably people are thinking this is something complicated and having to start, and they're scared of something new, and also what tools should be used, how to get all this audience. I guess this might be the reasons stopping them from starting, right? B, like the know-how, I'm cleaning email domains. A, lack of time to get started. Oh, that's not good, not good. Because email marketing is worth it, definitely.
Okay, fantastic. Is anyone raising C at all? I'm interested in A, B, or C.
A, B, and A, B. Yeah, people are. My guess was right. Quite lack the know-how how to get started.
Fantastic. Well, you're all in the right place. So let's just move on. So I've got a couple more questions and then we'll dive into the content. So a question for you. So are your most loyal customers 50% more likely to buy from you than a new customer? True or false? So are your most loyal customers 50% more likely to buy from you than a new customer? True or false? Again, if you could put your answers into the chat. Are your most loyal customers 50% more likely to buy from you than a new customer?
I'll be the one saying it's true. I think it's true, because people know you, they already trust you, and the trust issues are one of the main stopping factors here. So yeah, people are saying true.
Yes, you're right. You are absolutely right. So yeah, your most loyal customers are more likely to buy, 50% more likely to buy from you than a new customer. What gives the best return on investment? A, email marketing, or B, social media? What gives the best return on investment? A, email marketing, or B, social media? You could put your answers into the chat. A or B? A, email marketing, or B, social media?
I'll be the one again to answer, and I believe that email marketing, because we've been talking about this with our previous webinar, that email list is your list. These are your trusted customers that trust you, again, and you have more availability to communicate with them rather than being on social media and lots of other reasons. But I truly believe that email marketing is more efficient when referring to ROI.
That's right. That's right. It's A, email marketing.
Email marketing, A. Yeah.
And then we have, it costs 6 to 7 times more to land a new customer than it does to keep your current customers. True or false? It costs 6 to 7 times more to land a new customer than it does to keep your current customers. True or false?
I'd say so true. Landing new customers is very difficult, especially right now, because you need to reach your target audience. You need to give them the right messaging so they understand your service, and lots of complications. And yeah, people are agreeing with us that
Yes.
it's true. It's very difficult to land a new customer.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's true. So it's really important to factor this in and consider this as we go into the presentation today. Yes, it is expensive to land a new customer. So I'm going to move on now. So why is email marketing important for your business? Well, did you know that there are 4.2 billion email users worldwide, and the number is predicted to rise to 4.6 billion in 3 years' time? 4.6 billion. I'll just let that sink in for a moment. It's a huge number. Did you know that 96% of consumers check emails every day? So this again is a huge number. And did you know that the open rate for mobile reached 81%? And I actually think this is now much higher as we consume email on the go. 60% of consumers report making a purchase after receiving a promotional email. So when we do receive promotional emails, we are engaging with them and we are purchasing. So there is so much opportunity for your business when it comes to email marketing. Now, the two biggest mistakes I see small business owners make when it comes to their email marketing is mistake number one, not building an email list. So you might be doing this because you're not sure how to collect email addresses. It might sound complicated. You might not have anything to send to your list just yet, so you put things on hold. It might be on your to-do list, but somehow it hasn't happened yet. The consequences of doing this are that you don't have a consistent system in place to manage your subscribers. You're missing out on opportunities to nurture and build a relationship with your audience. And in 6 months' time from now, you might be wondering where your next client or customer comes from as referrals start to slow down. Mistake number two, focusing solely on social media to attract, nurture, and convert your audience. You might be doing this because everyone else on social media appears to be getting results. It's easy to promote your business on social media, and you believe it's the best way to get new clients, as they are your followers after all. You can also manage your relationships via DMs and keep them engaged so that they want to work with you. If you continue to do this, frustration will set in when you realize you're not booking enough discovery calls. You might miss out on opportunities to turn your followers into clients in a systemized way. Managing relationships via DMs becomes really unsustainable as you start to scale, and you risk losing out on new clients. And in 6 months' time, you will continue to struggle to convert followers into clients. But I want to say it's not your fault that you haven't figured out how to get started with email marketing. You're busy building your business and you don't have time to learn about email marketing. So are you ready to discover the secret weapon for small business success? I'm going to dive into 7 reasons why you should get started, or at least consider getting started with sending emails. And we're going to step through each and every one of these in just a moment. Together, these steps will help you discover the secret weapon for small business success. So let's take a look at some of the ways email marketing can help grow your business. Number 1 is cost effectiveness. So this is a huge benefit to email marketing. It's one of the most efficient marketing channels out there, and it has one of the best return on investments. I'll go through ROI a bit later on and explain what that looks like. And it's also free to get started. There are so many platforms, including Salesy, that offer a free membership in order to join. So under 1,000 subscribers, you can normally find an email platform for free. I want to challenge one of the common misconceptions here that a lot of people ask me, which is, I thought email service providers were expensive, and they can be in reality. It really depends on a number of things, such as how big is your subscriber list. So if you have a large list of several thousand and you have a lot of requirements, you might have a membership, you might have or require an all-in-one solution, you are going to need to pay more for that. However, if you're just starting out and you have a very small list of under 100 people, you can get started for free. Reason number 2 is, and one of my favorite reasons, is personalized communication. So one of the great things about email marketing is you can personalize your communication, tailor the messaging according to the specific interests and needs of your audience. This is a great way to help build stronger relationships with your customers and ultimately leading to increased sales. Now, did you know that personalized emails deliver 6 times higher revenue per email, but 70% of brands fail to personalize their email marketing? You might be thinking that personalization sounds something I would do once I'm up and running and I'm more advanced in email marketing, but actually it's much easier than you think. I'm going to share an example of a recent client I worked with. She runs pregnancy classes, and one of the things that we looked at was within her sign-up pop-up form on her website, we looked to collect the due date of the expectant mothers. And what this allowed us to do is tailor the communication according to the trimester. So there are different ways you can personalize content, and it doesn't have to be complex. Reason number 3, targeted messaging. So email marketing allows you to segment your audience and send targeted messages to specific groups. And this allows you to ensure your message is relevant and timely and increases the likelihood that customers will take action. So a top tip from me is, even if you have a small audience, start to think about the ways in which you can group your audience. What are the commonalities across your audience? So for example, if you are an e-commerce brand, are there certain behaviors you're starting to see where perhaps some within your subscribers, they prefer maybe your accessories versus your clothing range? It might be, if you're a service provider, that you might have certain groups made up of events that people have come to watch you speak at. Or it could be demographic, it could be geographic location. There are a number of ways you can segment your audience. But start to think about what are the commonalities across your audience.
Well, if Clara let me, that's true. Personalization and targeting messages are done through segmentation. It means that you can segment your audience with their interest, when they joined, what are their date of birth, what's their name. Lots of components here that can help you personalize your emails and make them stand out from all that crowd that is coming to their inboxes.
Absolutely. So reason 4 is increased brand awareness. So this is about having really consistent, well-designed email campaigns that can help increase your brand awareness and keep your business top of mind when you land in the inbox. And this can lead to increased sales and customer loyalty over time. So I've put this slide in here because I really want to share the difference between social media and email marketing. And I'll give you my thoughts on how I see social media and email marketing working together after this slide. But here are some key stats for you. So for click-through rate for social media, on average, you see a 0.07% average click-through rate. So this is, for social media, this is anyone engaging with your post, whether it's commenting, liking, sharing. For email marketing, the average click-through rate is 2.5%. So you can see already that email marketing has a better engagement through click-through rates. Return on investment. So for social media, it's 28%. For email marketing, it's a staggering 3,800%. And if you think of it this way, for every dollar you spend on your email marketing, you can expect to get a $38 return. In terms of possible reach, so 2.8 billion users worldwide on social media, and it's huge. But we also talked about email marketing earlier, and currently it's at 4.2 billion users worldwide, and that's only set to grow. As I mentioned earlier, that's set to grow to 4.6 billion. And then the last point here is important in the sense that you don't own your follower data on social media, whereas with email marketing you do. So once people subscribe to your list, you own that data. It's an asset to your business. So think of social media as rented followers, if you like, whereas with email marketing, you own that data. You're in full control. So the way I see it is that not one is better than the other, but actually that they work together. So social media is great for raising your brand awareness, particularly for those that don't know you. Once you get people onto your email list, you can nurture and convert them. And this is where you continue the know, like, trust factor. So I see them very much as working as hand in hand, as, you know, two core marketing channels for your business. So reason 5 is boosts customer engagement. So email marketing is a fantastic way to get people to take action. And that's done by something called call to action for those of you that are completely new to email marketing. But in effect, it's giving instructions as to what action you want your subscriber to take. So for example, do you want them to visit your websites and check out your latest range? Do you want them to follow you on social media? Do you want them to book a call with you? There are so many calls to action. But email marketing is designed specifically for getting your subscriber to take an action. It's reason 6, it's easy to track and measure email marketing. So the majority of email marketing platforms offer really great, robust analytics. And this allows you to track and measure the success of your campaign. Why is this important? Well, you want to know what's working and what isn't working. And the best way to know that is by getting data-driven results to inform decisions to help improve your campaigns over time. So normally I advise people to look at a 7-day view of an email campaign that's just gone out. And this just allows you to understand how you're tracking. Now, for those of you that are completely new to email marketing, what I advise is that actually, rather than compare against your industry, so let's say you're a fashion e-commerce brand or you're a coach, it's much better to compare against yourself and benchmark against yourself. Now, I know for fashion, there's seasonality, and that does make things a little more tricky, but the best thing to do is start benchmarking against yourself. You're going to see, hopefully, the numbers are going up as you start to improve over time.
I have a question here. Sorry, Clara. Just curious. I thought that there are industry benchmarks that can help us understand whether we're performing good or not. I mean, comparing us to ourselves is okay, but whether it's good on average on the market or not, how to understand that if not through comparison?
Yeah, the reason why I suggest that new people to email marketing, new businesses to email marketing don't do that is because it can be really demotivating. So when you're a small fashion brand, for example, and you're comparing against the fashion industry benchmark, it's quite overwhelming. So I highly recommend you compare against your own performance as you start to build. Once you have a larger base and you start to have success with your email marketing, by all means, start to compare against industry averages. But when you're just starting out, you want to compare against your own performance. You want to start seeing those small shifts forward in your own results. Okay. So that's why I highly recommend don't compare against the big boys just yet. Start to compare against your own performance first, because, yeah, you're just starting out and you need to give yourself a chance.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I would agree.
Reason 7, so enhances customer retention. So by using email marketing to keep in touch with customers, you can build stronger relationships with them. And this helps drive retention rates. So for example, if you're a membership business, email marketing is a fantastic way to drive repeat business and also encourage people to be engaged with your membership program. So think of email marketing as a way to maintain or increase your customer retention. It's a great way to build relationships over a long period of time. So here we've gone through 7 reasons today as to why you should consider email marketing and why it's important for your business. And hopefully I've sparked some curiosity about exploring email marketing if you haven't already got that up and running. What I'd like to say, just a 1-slide point here around your competitors, is that it's very likely that your competitors are already sending marketing emails. My top tip here is to subscribe to your competitor emails. And this is not to copy, but actually to get inspired. So this is a really interesting exercise. And whenever I've shared this with existing and past clients, they've always found it really interesting. So see it as an exercise to get inspired about how you can create your own content and add your own voice to that content. And kind of outside of this, but very much related to today's webinar is, and a question I get asked all the time is, why should I start growing my email list now rather than later? Well, email builds trust. You can start to develop a relationship through email. So one of the things that I work on with clients is creating a bespoke welcome sequence. And you start to share and tell a story over a sequence of emails. You own your email list. Remember, I talked about the difference between social media followers and email marketing. You can personalize your email. You are in control. There are no algorithms, and it is one of the best ways to generate repeatable income. So my top tip here is to start collecting email addresses as soon as possible. So if you check out my free guide at the end of the deck, I have a QR code that links to my free guides to help you here. Just a few commonly asked questions. And if I don't cover your question here today, please drop your question in the chat. We'll have some time for questions at the end. How do I get started? Do I need a website to get started? You do not need a website to get started. The minimum you need is some form of landing page, and that is very minimal to get started. So essentially, the reason why we need a landing page is that when we're collecting email addresses, we want to have that form somewhere to explain what people are signing up to and why. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm building my website. It could take me, maybe it's going to take me 6 months. Don't wait until your website is complete. Start collecting today, because that's in that 6-month period, you'd be surprised at how many email addresses you can collect. It sounds complicated to send an email, and I can completely appreciate that it can be complicated, but actually just to get started and send an email, a lot of platforms, including Sellsy, offer a lot of support around getting started. And a lot of email platforms are drag and drop, and they're intuitive and easy to follow. How do I know if I'm doing it right? So this very much links to the measurement benchmarking point I was making earlier. Is, we looked at 2.5% click-through rate on average. But for your welcome sequence, you want to be getting around 50% at least open rates, because people have subscribed to hear from you. So at least half the people that subscribe to your email list should be wanting to open your email. So if you take one thing away today, I just want you to see how doable it is for you to dive into your email marketing and to witness some remarkable results for your business. You might be thinking this sounds great, but it's not the biggest priority right now. And you may have felt the following emotions about email marketing. So you might have felt stressed, confused, overwhelmed, fearful that it's too complicated, or worried that it's another cost. Well, I want to say it's much easier than you think to get started. I would love to tell you more about how I can help you do this. So that's why I've created my email marketing services, so Email Launchpad and Email Power Partner. So the ways I can support your business, if you want to work side by side to learn from an email marketing expert, then Email Launchpad is ideal for you. So essentially, in month 1, I help you set up your landing page, your welcome sequence, and support you with your lead magnet. Your lead magnet is a freebie that attracts and helps grow your email list. I then help you send your next few newsletters, coaching you over 2 months to optimize performance. If you want someone to help fully manage your email marketing instead, because you don't have time, and that's completely understandable, I have a service called Email Power Partner. So this is full email marketing management. And we take care of all the technical aspects of email marketing, including creating templates, drafting subject lines, coming up with content, segmenting your list, and so much more. And my
So
mission is to empower.
you are taking over their project and completely leading it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that sounds great. Amazing, actually, especially for those who don't know how to start, how to get it started.
Yeah, exactly. There's it really depends on the requirements of you and your business. You might decide you want to learn and you want to then go on and do it yourself, or you might decide to outsource in effect and get someone to help you deliver your email marketing for you. So yeah, my mission is to empower you to supercharge your email marketing and achieve outstanding results. Here are some types of businesses I've worked with in the past and are currently working with now. So I work with membership type businesses, photographers, service providers, interior designers. I'm working with a fashion brand at the moment, a sustainable garden room business, HR consultants, cognitive hypnotherapists. So you can see that email marketing actually is very powerful for a number of types of businesses. I want to share an exciting offer with you today. So I have a special offer with Salesy AppSumo lifetime deal, which I'll hand over in a moment to find out a bit more about that. But essentially, I have 2 months for full email marketing management. And this is everything. So we manage everything for you. So we take care of all the technical setup, creating content, thinking of ideas to send to your audience, crafting subject lines, segmenting your list. We take care of all of that for you for 2 months. And that plus the Salesy AppSumo lifetime deal, which we'll go on to in a moment in a bit more detail, is $1,995 today. So I'm going to hand over to Tatev at the moment just to share a bit more about the Salesy AppSumo offer.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, what we offer here basically is that if you haven't started your email marketing and you are scared, you don't know how to start, Clara can help you with starting building your list, starting your email campaign, sending over through our platform. And what we can offer here is a very good deal with AppSumo offer. It's only $49, a lifetime deal. It's forever, like you pay just once and then you're getting it over and over and over the years. And what you get with this $49 is that you can send unlimited emails to your base, which can be up to 5,000 emails, which is a great start, a really great start, especially for newcomers in email marketing. We have no-code email builders again. In 2 months, for example, whenever Clara is handing over all your email marketing, you can start learning how you can send over your email campaigns with our builder, which is very easy. It's drag and drop, no need for coding, no need for any extra knowledge, truly. Then we have our amazing 24/7 support. Truly, if you have any questions at any time, we are always available. Again, if you are new to this business, we'll be happy to help to teach you, show you around, and then you'll get it, get to know it very easy. And lots of other perks that you'll be getting for only $49. So I think this is a great deal with us and Clara if you haven't started it yet.
Thank you so much. That sounds an amazing deal. So together with my offer of email marketing power, we will build your welcome sequence for you. We'll create a bespoke landing page to attract your ideal target audience. We'll create a pop-up on your website to capture your visitor traffic. We'll manage up to 4 emails a month per month. We look after your list management. We have consulting, coaching sessions with you, regular reporting on performance and A/B testing, the A/B testing plan, and so much more. So how do I find out more about this? So all you need to do is scan the QR code to book a call and we can get you booked in. I also have a free guide here, which I mentioned earlier, which is 10 powerful ways to grow your email list. So all you need to do is scan the QR code and you will have access to my free guides. So I want to thank you so much for listening today. I would love to chat more with you all. So if you'd like to schedule a call, maybe you're not sure about what kind of help you need, or you'd like to chat through in a bit more detail, or if you have any questions that we might not get time to cover today, then please schedule a call. Here are my contact details. I'd love to connect with you. I'm on LinkedIn and Instagram. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. And thank you so much for your time. And thank you to Salzi.
Thank you, Clara, for sharing all these details. This is great. I'm sure we all have something to learn from you, especially when you worked with these giants like Expedia Group and this kind of stuff. So a couple of questions from our guys that we're having here. Fatima was asking, what's the average social media spend and how we can compare it with the spends on email marketing?
So this is a really big question, and the average. So in terms of social media spend, what a lot of people start to do is spend time on social media organically to begin with, and a lot of what I referenced there was about organic, but also I referenced Facebook ad spend. So really the reason why I suggest email marketing to consider is organic. Email marketing is an organic channel. So to begin with, it's free. However, as you start to grow, you will, start to incur fees as your subscriber list grows. Excuse me. So it's really hard to compare. I think they're quite different in terms of if you're looking at Facebook ads. Really, the key metric is return on investment. So whatever you're spending on Facebook ads versus social email marketing, I'd be looking at your return on investment. So how much you're spending and how much you're getting in return. I think that's a really key metric.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So again, on social media, you don't own that data.
No.
If you spend lots of money, while email list is yours, you can do with that list not whatever you want, but you possess that list. You can send emails whenever you consider it is okay to send that list, and with the consent of of your subscribers, of course. And again, you are in full control of it. While on social media, there are cases when Facebook, for example, closes your page, or you don't know your followers, you don't have a chance to communicate with them, because again, you don't have control over their, for example, Facebook feed or Instagram feed. Like it's very, it's like a gambling on social media, while email marketing is more of a good investment in that terms.
One of the other things I want to call out is actually, because I do believe there's value in social media, I just think it's important to look at, if you're going to spend on ads, one of the good things you can do in order to help you with your email marketing is it can help grow your list. But if you're just starting out and budgets are limited, you don't need to spend anything on email marketing to get started. So that's why I advise start off with the free plan. Salzi have that, as well as other platforms, and start to build up your list. If you are more established and you want to start getting results and start growing your email list, then yeah, Facebook ads could be one way of doing that, as long as you have a clear strategy of bringing in people with a great lead magnet through to your email list. So it's about having the right strategy in place.
That's true. So Sarah is asking here, is that okay to purchase email list from lead provider?
No. I would say do not do it. And if you do, the risk is on you. I speak to quite a few I have a lot of peers in email marketing, and I was just talking about this today. I'm surprised a lot of people buy lists, and the reason why it's risky is you don't know there are so many dangers to your deliverability and sender reputation. So it could just be one bad email address that could affect your reputation. We're going into the world of email deliverability which is not my specialist area. But one thing I'll say is that if you can avoid buying lists, you know, it's a safer strategy for you. It's just very risky to buy lists because you don't know where they've come from. The other thing to remember with buying a list is that they're going to be less engaged. They're going to be less engaged because they haven't consented to hearing from you. So when you do send an email, you can expect much lower results than growing your list organically. So my advice would always be to grow your list yourself and avoid those lists. Avoid buying those lists.
So yeah, the key takeaway is that first, this is not your audience. They're not interested in your product. They haven't given their consent to receive emails from you, and this is very risky for your business reputation, brand reputation, domain reputation. And secondly, since this is not your list and they're not interested in your product, you'll be seeing very little results, which makes your efforts they're not justified.
Yeah, they're kind of wasted really, because it's they're hearing from you for the first time and they may not have heard of you before. So I think buying a list is really risky and could actually make things a lot worse for you. I would avoid. It is my personal opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not only your opinion. I believe all the experts are saying it, that building your list is the best strategy for email marketing. So Fatima here is also having a question. What's the best way to build your email list? Events, social media, any other channels?
Yeah, brilliant question. So I've written a guide about this and I give you some tips on how to do this, but Fatima, are you able to tell us what kind of business you have? Because I might be able to give you more bespoke advice, but generally speaking, there are a number of ways. First, it starts with a really compelling lead magnet, and this is something I work with my clients on. So coming up with something that helps demonstrate how you solve a problem for your audience. And recently I've helped a lot of my clients do this through video. So they create a video that addresses a specific topic, a pain point for their audience. And then what they do is they promote that on social media, or for example, if they're networking, they will share afterwards, oh, by the way, here's my free guide on XYZ. So there's a number of ways to build your list. It really depends on the kind of business, but social media is a great way to do that organically. So posting on, your preferred social media platform. If you go to events, absolutely, you can share your lead magnet at events. There are just so many ways. One of the tips I say in my free guide is on your signature, add your lead magnet there. So every time you email someone through Outlook, you have a link to your lead magnet. So essentially, I encourage my clients to promote it in every opportunity and get people to share it as well for you.
This is a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, lead magnets are a fantastic way to grow your list. So I hope that answers your question, Fatima, but I certainly explore.
By the way, Fatima's business is she's a business coach for B2B businesses.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So basically what you can do there is when you run your webinars or when you run events, you can get people to opt in through by sending them a link to your lead magnet there. There are so many ways to do that, but I think, Fatima, if you're a business coach, you can absolutely start to grow your list through all the interactions you have with discovery calls, through events, absolutely push on social media. For those of you that want to escalate and push and grow your list quickly, yeah, if you've got the budget, you can use Facebook ads, but I always try and start off organically, because you may not know if this, and test it with your audience, because you may not know if it's going to work or not. So test float the idea of your lead magnet first with your audience, and understand if there's appetite for your lead magnet. That's a great question. Thank you.
Yeah, also we were having Joy here who had a very interesting question. Let me find it. Where was it? What's the difference between email marketing and email copywriting?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So email copywriting is one aspect of email marketing, which is huge. So within email marketing, you have the tech side of things. So setting up a platform, migration, so moving from one platform to another. You might have deliverability, so helping you get in the inbox. So there's a technical side of email marketing. Then there's more the kind of creative side. So you'll have people coming up with amazing content for your email, and part of that is copywriting. So copywriting is actually I would say one of the critical roles within email marketing. So things like writing a subject line is, crucial to get that right, because and you're not going to necessarily get it right first time, and that's why we test. But email copywriting for email marketing is quite a specific skill set, because what you write on social media will not necessarily be the same in email marketing. The same themes apply, but it has to be optimized for email. So writing that subject line, writing a pre-header. So to summarize, email copywriting is one aspect of email marketing as a whole, but there are many different roles someone can play within email marketing. That's a great question.
Yeah. One more question from Sarah. She's wondering, can you provide an advice? What should email template contain?
I actually did a video on this recently, so if you want to reach out, Sarah, I can send that over to you. But essentially, a good email template, so a wireframe, should have some key components. So, for example, a headline. It really depends on the goal of the email. But let's say this is just your newsletter that you're sending out to your audience on a regular basis. So you want a headline. The headline has to be attention grabbing, so it has to really appeal to your audience, and that's why the copy is so important. I always encourage people to include an image, because emails that are visual tend to work a lot better. So depending on your business, if you're even if you're a service provider, you can include imagery. The most important part of it is a call to action. So what is it you want? What action do you want the subscriber to take? Do you want them to book a call with you? Do you want them to read your blog? Do you want them to watch a video? You'd be surprised. I have people share emails with me and they have no calls to action. Even if it's an educational email, you still want them to take action, because we want to see that they're engaging, and click-through rate is one of the key metrics. You then want a sign-off of some sort. So at the bottom, you'll have a footer within your email. So this could be information about how to contact you. It could be your social media links. It could be your sign-off if you're a service provider. There's so much more to it, but hopefully without having something visual to share with you, I hope that helps. But yeah, if you reach out to me, I can send you my video, which I cover off all of that in more detail.
So just to, in addition to Sarah's question, from your experience, do you think it is okay to send more than one call to action in one email?
Yeah.
Or it is better to focus on one call to action?
Yeah, so there's something called hierarchy in email, and ultimately the first call to action is the main call to action that you want them to take. So let's say I actually was working on an email today with this very scenario. So one call to action is to book your call for members. So if you're a member, book your call. The secondary call to action will look different. It will be less prominent, but it's still there. And that is, if you're not yet a member, click here to find out more. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with having more than one call to action, but you want to have a hierarchy. So the first CTA is the most important in terms of what action you want them to take, and it has more prominence in color, in positioning of where it is in the email. The second CTA is less prominent, but it's another option for people. So a website that I'm going to include is, it's called reallygoodemails.com, and it's a great collection of visual examples of emails. I really recommend, if you're stuck for content ideas or you want to see examples of calls to action, go on reallygoodemails.com. It's a great website just to help you see. If you're a visual person like I am, I like to be able to see content and get ideas. So highly recommend that website.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I believe these were the questions we were having from our webinar subscribers. So just to sum up, email marketing is something that is truly working, and it's one of the best working email marketing channels out there that you should definitely give it a try. Clara is an amazing specialist, and she can help you if you are just starting and you are lost, you don't know where to start off. We'll make sure to send you an emails with all her contacts and the presentation here, so you have it on hand in your emails, and if any questions, you can contact her. Again, we have this great deal, and if you are considering email marketing as a part of your marketing strategy, I do believe this is a great deal. It's only $49, a lifetime deal, so you can give it a try, definitely. And again, this will be in your email. You can go learn more about it and give it a try. And for those who have missed, at the beginning of our webinar, especially Daniela, hi. You will be having recording of this webinar tomorrow, so you'll have a chance to watch it all over again. Thank you very much, Clara, for joining us and sharing your tips and great expertise. It was great having you. Thank you guys for being with us, and keep in touch. Let us know if you had any questions. We're very available through emails. Again, we'll make sure to send out all the information we were sharing here. And yeah, this is it. Thank you very much. And bye.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.